Handling grief. C.S. Lewis's wisdom on coping with loss. Grief is an inevitable part of the human experience, a journey that each of us will embark upon at some point in our lives. The pain of losing a loved one can feel insurmountable, an emotional weight that seems impossible to bear. Yet within the depths of our sorrow, we can find profound wisdom and solace in the words of those who have traversed this path before us. One such guide through the tumultuous landscape of grief is C.S. Lewis, a writer and thinker whose reflections on loss offer a beacon of hope and understanding. In this exploration of C.S. Lewis's wisdom on coping with loss, we will delve into the insights and truths presented in his writings. Through his poignant and deeply personal accounts, Lewis provides not only a roadmap for navigating the labyrinth of grief, but also a revelation of the transformative power that lies within our suffering. His words encourage us to embrace our pain, to seek meaning in our sorrow, and to find healing through the enduring love that binds us to those we have lost. C.S. Lewis, in his book, A Grief Observed, offers an unflinching look at the raw and often chaotic nature of grief. Written after the death of his wife, Joy Davidman, this work serves as a testament to the depth of his sorrow and the intensity of his love. Lewis's candid reflections reveal that grief is not a linear process but a complex and multifaceted experience. He describes it as a sensation of being afraid, likening it to the feeling of being concussed or knocked flat by a sudden blow. Lewis's insights remind us that grief can manifest in a multitude of ways, from overwhelming sadness to anger, confusion, and even numbness. He dispels the myth that there is a right or wrong way to grieve, emphasizing that each person's journey is unique. This acknowledgement of the diverse expressions of grief is crucial in helping us understand and accept our own emotions as well as those of others. One of the most significant lessons Lewis imparts is the importance of expressing our grief. In A Grief Observed, he writes about the necessity of confronting and articulating our pain rather than suppressing it. He argues that by giving voice to our sorrow, we allow ourselves to process and ultimately integrate our loss into our lives. Lewis's reflections highlight the healing power of writing, talking, and sharing our grief with others. He himself found solace in putting his thoughts and emotions into words, a process that helped him navigate the tumultuous waters of his sorrow. By following his example, we can find our own means of expression, whether through journaling, conversation, or creative endeavors, to help us work through our grief. For C.S. Lewis, faith played a pivotal role in his journey through grief. As a devout Christian, he grappled with profound questions about the nature of God and the purpose of suffering. His writings reveal a deep struggle to reconcile his faith with the reality of his pain. In A Grief Observed, he candidly questions God's presence and goodness, expressing his doubts and fears with brutal honesty. Yet, through this struggle, Lewis ultimately finds a renewed and deeper understanding of his faith. He comes to see that his grief is not a sign of God's absence, but a testament to the depth of his love for his wife. Lewis's journey illustrates that faith can be both a source of comfort and a crucible in which our beliefs are tested and refined. His insights encourage us to embrace our spiritual struggles as a natural part of the grieving process and to seek solace in our faith, whatever form it may take. One of the most profound aspects of Lewis's reflections on grief is his exploration of the meaning that can be found in suffering. He acknowledges that while the pain of loss can feel senseless and arbitrary, it also holds the potential for profound transformation. In his writings, Lewis suggests that our suffering can deepen our understanding of love and our connection to others. Lewis's concept of redemptive suffering is particularly illuminating. He posits that through our grief, we can develop greater empathy and compassion for others who are suffering. This expanded capacity for love and understanding can be a powerful force for healing, both for ourselves and for those around us. By embracing the lessons that our grief teaches us, we can find a renewed sense of purpose and connection in our lives. Perhaps the most comforting and hopeful message in Lewis's reflections on grief is the idea that love endures beyond death. In A Grief Observed, he writes about the continuing presence of his wife's love in his life, even after her physical absence. He describes moments of feeling her near, of sensing her presence in the memories and the love they shared. Lewis's belief in the enduring nature of love offers a profound source of comfort for those who are grieving. It suggests that while we may no longer see or touch our loved ones, the bond we share with them transcends the boundaries of life and death. This enduring love can be a source of strength and solace, a reminder that our loved ones remain with us in spirit, guiding and supporting us through our grief. Finally, Lewis emphasizes the healing power of time in the grieving process. He acknowledges that the pain of loss never fully disappears, but that it does change and evolve over time. He writes about the gradual lessening of the acute pain and the emergence of a more gentle, enduring sorrow that becomes a part of who we are. Lewis's reflections remind us that healing from grief is a gradual process, one that requires patience and self-compassion. By allowing ourselves the time to grieve and to heal, we can eventually find a new equilibrium and a renewed sense of hope and joy in our lives. In the face of profound loss, C.S. Lewis's wisdom offers a beacon of light and hope. His reflections on grief, drawn from his own deeply personal experiences, provide invaluable insights into the nature of sorrow and the transformative power it holds. Through his writings, we learn that grief is a multifaceted and deeply personal journey, one that requires us to express our pain, to wrestle with our faith, and to find meaning in our suffering. Lewis's belief in the enduring presence of love and the healing power of time offers a source of comfort and solace for those who are grieving. His words remind us that while the pain of loss may never fully disappear, it can become a source of strength, empathy, and deeper connection to those we love. As we navigate our own journeys through grief, let us take heart in the wisdom of C.S. Lewis. Let us embrace our pain, seek meaning in our suffering, and find comfort in the enduring love that transcends the boundaries of life and death. In doing so, we can find healing, hope, and a renewed sense of purpose in the face of loss.